All right, guys, before we get to talking about this Jim Harbaugh again, let us know how this sound is. We're going to give it about 15, 20 seconds to see if we can get some feedback from you guys on our sound quality. Sorry for this, dude. It's this technical difficulties we're having. I don't get why we're having them.
Technology.
Any of us are good at technology, are we?
We're learning on the fly. That's about it.
Yeah, that sounds better.
All right, so back where we were at in this. Sorry for that once again. So back to this. So we were talking about the Mike Tomlin effect with Jim Harbaugh. Mooney seems to not really agree with that. We have to sort of figure out what they mean by this.
Thank you, Jenny.
So are we thinking that pretty much they say he builds winning teams?
He builds programs, yes.
Okay, so he pretty much
He could come in with like a 4-12 team and turn them around to make them 12-4, or nowadays what 12-5.
12-5 with the 17, 13-4.
That quick of a turnaround.
I personally like him better in the NFL than I do in college.
I do. You know that I'm a huge Michigan fan. Me personally, I think he's done what he can, and I think he's better in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if he does leave.
Oh yeah, I don't know what else.
I wouldn't be hurt. I wouldn't be mad, upset if he would walk away. But they're also saying he's doing this because he wants a bigger contract in Michigan.
I did read that.
That he wants more money, but I don't see why if he wants more money, why would he give all his bonuses away?
Isn't he already the highest paid coach in?
He was at
I
one
think he
time,
was.
but now he's not. He took the huge pay cut for this year or last year.
Well, he had to.
Oh yeah, and then he gave away all his bonuses to the university for all the Big Ten titles. Shout out for Big Ten champs.
Oh Jesus, Jesus.
And we stumped that. I haven't had a chance.
I didn't invite him for this.
I
Okay,
had a
this
chance
is
yet
not
to
why
do
we
this.
invited him.
But go blue.
Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Well, now,
chance
Drew
to
will
do that
never be
yet.
allowed back on this podcast.
But I think he's a better fit. Like they said, he's 53. They said he literally has like 20, 30 more years of coaching. He can get 2 or 3 more jobs of his choice, they said on ESPN the other day. So say he goes to the Raiders, he'll go there, 3-4 years, wear his welcome out.
But does he technically wear his welcome out in the NFL, or is it just
We really don't know yet. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, having Colin Kaepernick, who is very vocal on his beliefs. We all
He had
know
a lot
that.
of issues with the GM
And he
in
had
San
and
Francisco.
he wasn't getting along with upper management. Even
I
with
said-
his success, he still
he-
couldn't. I don't know if it's because he wanted more say so, or
It may have been more say so.
because he's the type of guy. He's the type of coach. I like the no nonsense approach. We had this conversation just 2 days ago where I don't think players coaches.
Brent said go blue.
Oh Jesus!
Go blue.
I don't think players coaches work in the NFL. I mean, you could probably give me examples of a player's coach who has had success a year or maybe 2 years, but for the most part, the no nonsense coaches work. That's where you see good discipline. That's where you see good team chemistry, better attitude. I mean, you got
So you're
players
saying-
that want
are
to
you
be
saying
there.
Harbaugh's a player's coach? or
He's a no nonsense
No-nonsense.
coach. I think that's why a lot of people would say, well, he wears his welcome out. Well, I wouldn't care with success. Okay,
would
we'll
you
go find
take-
you another one.
Take 15 years of not being relevant and going that, or having 3-4 years of being NFC or AFC champions and maybe 1 or 2 appearances in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I take the playoff success and Super Bowl appearances and his
15 years
attitude.
of- yeah, I
than-
would
than
gladly, yeah.
mediocrity.
Isaac said he thinks he sees the light at the end of the tunnel and leaves before it gets bad.
Well, he's done. He knows he's did what he had to do in Michigan, which is beat Ohio State, and he did it in dominant fashion, which is odd, but he did.
No, he didn't. He had a better game plan by
Then
far.
it was always about the Big Ten championship. He went, played Iowa, dominated Iowa.
The thing is, he made the playoffs.
He did, but I don't think
I think that's the limit for Michigan with him.
And
He's not a great recruiter.
53.
No, and and he just hired a new defensive line coach, and I don't understand why he would hire a new defensive line coach and then leave. But weirder things happen, money talks, I guess. But
Hey, for you Michigan fans, Jenny said blind squirrels finds a nut every now and then.
That is very true.
that's true. But
But I wouldn't.
Thank you, Jenny.
I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
say. Okay, so this is my opinion on Jim Harbaugh. A lot of people say he's been a failure at Michigan. I don't agree with it. Because the fact that he is a constant 9 or 10 win. His biggest issue is he's struggled until this year to beat Ohio State, and that's pretty much what you have to have if you want to reach the levels that you want to reach in the Big Ten. You have to be able to take, and I hate to say it, I'm a big Buckeye fan, but we all know they've been the cream of the crop pretty much the whole entire 2000s. I mean, it's very hard to say they haven't been.
Late 90s.
Yeah. So I think Jim's would be better off to leave. He got him to the playoffs.
Bobby seems to think he's playing for a contract.
That's what they're saying is he wants it. But like I said, I don't understand. I wouldn't give, if he wanted money, he wouldn't have gave all his bonuses away. You know what I mean? That's millions and millions of dollars he gave back to the university. And he always says it's not about it's not about the money for him. So I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But he's pretty much shown what he can do at Michigan.
Speaking of no nonsense coach, you're going to change the subject just a little bit. You guys agree with the fine that Bruce Arians got, that $50,000?
See, this is what we wanted to bring up. This is a big topic that we sort of wanted to talk about.
I seen the video. I don't get. I mean, $25,000 is a little much. I think.
He got it was a 20 or it was 50,000.
It was a $50,000 fine.
Yeah, 50,000.
He's appealing it. I mean,
$25,000 was Dak.
Dak, yeah.
Dak got 25, yeah.
I'd seen the video. I understand he probably shouldn't have did what he did.
But it kind of looks like he kind of pulled off at the end. Like he knew he wanted to hit him, but then he hit him and was like, oh, I kind of messed up. You know what I mean?
But you know how many times I only played midget football 1 year. I bet you I was smacked in my helmet about 60 times.
oh god,
in that
grabbed
1
your
year.
face mask and the
Yeah.
coach is spitting in your face
I
and
played
shaking you around.
2 years of high school football, and
Did you get off the bench?
man, I was a starting cornerback,
Oh,
bro.
I don't remember that. But
I also had a game. It wasn't a lot of bad. 60 rushing yards in one game before, bro. As a running back, we were down. We were down big. We were getting destroyed. 60. That's it.
I only had one touchdown in my
You know,
career.
Justin Frazier. You know, not his childhood friend. He was a lot better than me. So he got a majority of the touches. And people can vouch. It's a true story.
I've
but,
seen a few. Yes. Remember that time you got your elbow stuck in your face mask?
No,
or
that
what it
now
was?
it's like that ain't even. And I was a freshman at that point, and I was all screwed up.
Freshman in college.
I wish. I tried to walk on in college for roads.
Bobby
said I was too
Kyrie
short.
got a $50,000 fine for talking trash to a fan.
Yeah, I seen that in the
Oh, you
Cavs.
see Bill O'Brien?
Yeah, no one wants to see him get a job.
No, but you see what he did to that fan after the national championship game?
No.
He got into an altercation in the tunnel with a fan, and he blew up.
Oh, is that where he was throwing all them profanities at
F you
him?
this and like
Yeah.
grabbing himself and like it was pretty raunchy.
Yeah, now he's getting a head coaching interview.
Drew Ash.
Huh? So yeah, back to the Bruce Arians. Do we feel that he's catching a lot of backlash for what he did?
I don't see
Do we
why.
feel
I
that?
see no wrong in it.
It's-
I see no wrong in what he did.
Well, what they're
That's
saying is
sports.
these are adults. They ain't children.
And he's old school anyways.
That's even more. I mean, makes it even more right to do. I mean,
It's
the
not
dude,
like- like
the
I
dude was going to do something stupid, get him fined. Bruce Arians stepped in and said, wake
I can
up.
see if he was coaching like what's his Hasselback, was that the coach's high school? They had the video of him screaming at the kid and kind of pushing him. That's different. The grown man,
No, that wasn't Hasselbeck. That was
Dilfer or
I think it was Dilfer. I think
Trent Dilfer?
Yeah, I think
Trent
that's who it was. The coach, he was screaming at his players, high school players, getting. I mean, he was just going at it with them.
Yeah, but do you feel that he did Bruce Arians did he
Just spit it out.
Did he do more wrong than the high school coach that tried to de-pants the refs and then wanted to fight him?
no, not at all. Not even, no.
And we didn't.
I just seen that video.
Yeah, we didn't hear a whole lot about that. And he's in the politics. He was like a senator or something. That head coach was, but I don't see what Bill did as a problem.
No.
I know the world.
You're a grown man.
The world that we live in today.
It's
I
too
think
sensitive.
It's making it more of what it really is. I don't get it. Mooney, you got anything on that?
I'm a grown man. You put your hands on me and you're getting hit. I'd have hit him. I'd have hit that coach. I don't care. I'm grown. Don't come at me and hit me. I don't care. I don't care how mad you are.
That goes back
or
to what you said the last podcast as far as discipline.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
Hitting a grown man that deserves? No, you don't. No,
It
you
wasn't.
don't.
It wasn't
Nah.
like you went and punched him. You
I don't
slapped him
care.
back of the
I
helmet.
don't
Yeah, he
care.
slapped- he
I don't
did.
care if you tap me on my pads. Don't put your hands on me. You want to discipline me? Discipline me. I'm not a child. Come at me as a grown man. I'm gonna come back at you as one. The Cleveland Browns game. Guy runs out of the sidelines. The coach, because he stood over top of the player, he didn't mean to. He was trying to get off of him, and he was being pushed towards him. The coach pushes him. So the player reacts back and pushes the coach. The player gets ejected out of the game. The coach remains in the game.
But he was fined.
He was fined.
And that's
but I don't
totally-
have anything
but-
wrong with him pushing back. Don't push. I'm grown. Don't put your hands on
Well,
me.
I think that's though, but that's sort of taking it out of context. That's not the head coach smacking his own player. That's another coach on an opposite team shoving the opposite team's player. That, in my eyes, is wrong. You as a coach on the opposite team have no right to put your hand, especially when you're not a head coach or anything, have no right to put your hands on the opposing team's players.
You as a coach on your own team don't have the right to put your hands on anybody.
I don't see no problem with smacking a person.
when
in the
I-
back
when
of
I
the
Well,
head.
was
then
in-
don't have a problem when he retaliates and smacks him back.
I can see more of an issue. When I was in Little League, my coach got a hold of my face mask and jerked my head around, shoved me on the ground, told me to do my job.
That's what Dad did to us.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
that's a totally
and-
different.
And I'm a kid. I can see.
I mean,
where,
you're not even the kid of the guy grabbing your face mask, the head coach.
Yeah,
You
I'm
have
just
parents that
some-
are perfectly
yeah.
fine with it.
Yeah, and if a grown man can't take the fact that your coach came and smacked you in the back of the head, you shouldn't be playing NFL football.
Well, he got smacked in the back of the head because he wasn't being an adult to begin with.
Yeah, so
you're talking
he-
smack
he-
when
he
you
sh-
shouldn't to a ref.
If
Shut
he-
the fuck up.
Yeah, if he can't take the smack in the back of the head by the coach, don't be playing NFL football. Plain and simple.
That's open hand smack. So yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
then,
I
you're
took
wearing a
more than
helmet.
that as a kid in Little League. You know?
Oh, my dad. Dad
mean-
would grab us up and everything.
I think I would be more offended if you talked to me in a different way. If you were calling
Talk to me as a child?
Yeah,
no,
if
I mean, if I do something wrong, smack me back in the
No,
head.
that's what I'm saying. I think I would be more offended that if you called me like a fucking don't be a bitch about it. I think I'd get more mad about it other than him just smacking me in the back of my
It's
head.
like someone smacking me.
Like-
Sorry, coach. Sorry,
Hey,
coach.
stupid. Yeah, my bad, bro.
My
I
bad.
didn't-
And it wasn't that hard of a hit.
Yeah,
It
I
was
got a
open
little
hand.
out of hand, man. I
Yeah.
got my bad, you know.
Now,
Thanks
if he closed fist punched me, a different
Oh, yeah,
story.
that's a way
you know,
way different story.
But
Yeah.
but to do what he did, I see no wrong in it.
Well,
He
it's-
didn't deserve the fine.
Back in the day, Singletary for the 49ers? Didn't he pull his pants down or something? Angry, yelling, screaming at him in the locker room?
yeah, I think
His last
he
year,
was wild.
He
dude.
did some crazy stuff, and he never got fined, or you know what I mean?
I
Just
think
a
in
little smack
today,
back
I
of
think
head, that ain't-
I think the era that we live in today, the times that we are having is making
Everyone's
it's
offended.
stretching a lot of narratives that it shouldn't be stretched. Now, like Mooney, he disagrees, you know, so there are people that are allowed to disagree to it. How else do you discipline without going overboard? I don't think that's where I think the fine line is there is a chance, like you said, where you can go overboard as a coach. If you close-handed fucking punch a dude
Oh, yeah.
in the head,
Oh, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
a problem. But if you're smacking a guy on the back of the head, and it wasn't even like he open-handed smacked this dude where his head bobbed forward, I don't know. I don't see a problem with it.
I don't either.
I mean, but obviously, there are people that do. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to.
We can touch up on some players. It's going to be they are going to make the return this weekend.
Yeah, so we are going to do our divisional round picks. As you guys know, our Super Bowl game was the Packers against the Steelers. I don't know why my countermates picked this to be there.
We were
just,
giving some
yeah.
Pittsburgh some love.
Give Pittsburgh
It's
love.
that part of it. Neither one of us are Pittsburgh.
We're AFC.
Oh, yeah,
Our teams are in
Browns
AFC, and we
Bengals.
hate
Yep.
Pittsburgh, but yet we picked them to go to the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Yeah, so we do have a Super Bowl.
Just
team
so everybody knows,
alive.
I went 4-1 last week with my picks.
Okay, so anyway, so if as we go on to this, yeah, your
trying to get out
one
of there.
bad pick though outweighs
Hey,
all your other four right
Hey, we
ones.
did that because of sympathy. Okay, well, that's all.
Which
it
one
was.
did you lose? The Pittsburgh one?
Yeah.
That's the only one I lost. And we
Don't
all
make
knew
excuses
Kansas
now.
City
Well,
was
you were
gonna
about to say I
lose.
shouldn't have lost. Is that what you were about
No,
to say?
no. I was
don't
going
even-
to say
here
we
it
all
goes.
knew that Pittsburgh was going to lose that, but we wanted to give. them
Oh, we all knew.
I lost.
Obviously, you two didn't know.
Pittsburgh could have won if the refs gave him a touchdown.
Oh, God.
You didn't run a QB draw either.
He didn't.
So we are going to start out. We're going to start out with.
Well, let me start this out. The Cowboys aren't in the playoffs, so go ahead.
Yeah, we guys are still talking about. I didn't even bring up the Cowboys.
Here you go.
I
I knew it.
didn't even bring them up.
That's
But
why I
anyways,
did it.
So what game are we starting out with first here? We'll start AFC.
Let's do Kansas City Buffalo game.
Kansas City, Buffalo, and then we will have Tennessee.
Or Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Cincinnati at Tennessee. So let's go Kansas City, Buffalo. So if we were to pick now, we're going to do majority too. So if
So 3-1.
it'd be 3-1. If we tie, then we're going to have to just
We'll flip a
decide on
coin.
what we want to do.
We'll flip a coin.
We'll flip a coin, whatever. So Kansas City, Buffalo. So I'm gonna start this out, and I'm my Super Bowl pick and my Super Bowl winners, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they ultimately will go on to win the Super Bowl. I like Buffalo a lot. I think this is going to be a close game. I just think they have the one X factor, and their X factor is bigger than what Buffalo's is. I just think Patrick Mahomes just becomes too much. I think that the way we've seen him against the Steelers is what we're going to continue to see.
I think if you get that Buffalo defense fired up, though, and they come out playing hot like they have been, it's going to be a tough team to beat. I mean, you're right, though. The Mahomes factor is huge. But I feel like Buffalo might be a little more hungry for it just because Allen's got this thing the chip on his shoulder. You know, I feel like Buffalo could upset them. I think it'd be an upset. I think that it's a very big.
So what
potential.
are you picking?
I'm going to go Buffalo.
You want
I'm
Buffalo?
going to go Buffalo.
You always leave this up to me.
No, we got
Oh well, we got Drew, but
Well, if you
yeah.
pick, who's he got? Kansas City.
Kansas City,
I
Buffalo.
got Kansas City.
Actually, you know what? I am going to go Kansas City.
Oh, wait,
my
what's
God.
this
But there's a reason why.
flip-flopping
But there's a
bullshit
reason
going
why.
on?
You always
You
do
need to
this.
stick
He
by
does
your guns
this
when you make a
all the
decision.
time, dude. All
What in
the
the hell?
time.
What is it? Didn't he do that last time?
Yeah,
Where
I
it was
did it
Tampa
last
Bay.
night. I got to think about it. I had to think about it for a minute. I'm going to go Kansas City.
From now on, you're last. You're not allowed to chime in.
What, you
You're
just
not allowed.
now thinking about it? You've been thinking about it.
All right, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
I
Mary.
want to know why he's flopping now. Why?
I'll lead into that. It'll be the next pick. I'll lead into that. Just how it works, man.
Oh man.
So, breaking news: John picks the Bengals.
oh yeah.
Go ahead, Mooney.
Of
Who you
course.
got? In
This guy.
Come on, my guy.
Oh, really? This is a game I feel can go either way. Really, they're both really good teams. They're both good and complete teams on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. I'm not going to do what I did last week about comes down to coaching. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, let's not. You failed on that one.
But I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes is like Tom Brady of playoffs right now. It's so hard to go against him. It's so hard in the playoffs to go against Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to go Kansas City
Bobby
Chiefs.
Aspy is a politician who's flip flopping. Actually, I do like politics.
He loves politics.
He's a big Biden fan.
So you got
Oh,
you got Kansas City.
I got Kansas City in
So it
this
doesn't
one.
matter what I pick.
Yeah, but what is?
Oh, it does. We could have a tie.
I would take Buffalo.
Well, it's a tie.
No, it's not because John picked Kansas City.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. You flip flopping.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. My bad. Yeah, that fast.
So you think Buffalo?
Brent's saying
Yes.
Bills.
But Brent, like what's the crowd say as we go get ready to move on? Why do you like Buffalo?
I just like the passion and what they're playing with right now, the quarterback. And they set a point last week. I seen a video on the sideline where they said they put it to Patriots. They are going to end their dynasty, and they put their foot in their neck. I think they're going to carry that on to Kansas City.
All right, I mean it's
Every
logical.
big possibility.
I think Buffalo. I think this is a low. I think this is a low scoring game for the teams.
Oh, yeah, low.
I think it's 20, like a 24-21, and people are going to say that's not low. For
For
these
them
two
too, yeah.
teams, that's a low scoring game. I think.
They
I
both have high powered offenses.
think it's going to come down to who
I would say
has
20
the ball last.
24-14.
Oh, you think they win by double digits?
Bills, yes. I think they could.
You think that? So you're pretty much saying that you think their defense can shut down or slow down. Patrick
Not
Mahomes.
at to be honest, not at first, but I think with adjustments and then coming out late the second quarter, halftime, and second half, I think they could.
Isaac said Bills because they killed his boys.
Yeah, he would. He has to ride. He has to ride that
What,
there train.
seven straight possessions of touchdowns. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
we've never seen it. I'm giving them all the credit, but I think it gives them tons of momentum. I just think if they were playing
But we can't jump to excitement over them what they did to New England. New England and Kansas City is two different animals.
No,
yeah, you got
but
the
you
rookie
know,
quarterback.
it is.
and all
It
that,
is
but-
offensively,
Yeah.
but defensively, New England has the better defense than Kansas City. So it is a logical argument because the fact that if they can do that against a top 10 defense, I mean, Kansas City towards the end of the year, the last 8 or 9 games, their defense was top 10. But I think overall they weren't a top 10 defense as the season ended. I don't think they made the top 10. But we would say that the Patriots' defense is better than the Chiefs' defense.
I mean, that poor Patriots defense had to be wore out though, as much as they were on that field.
Oh, so, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, I think
Because
that played.
that New England offense couldn't move the ball.
Yeah, I think that played a factor that their offense was trash. But does that give a testament to just how good Buffalo's defense really is? It is the number 1 defense in all of football. So, I mean, that could
Defense.
be the factor. I just
They
think
say defense wins championships.
it's true. And then if you got a really, really, really good
They do.
quarterback, because Josh Allen is a
And
stud.
I think he's tired of people saying, I mean, he's probably like, what about me? You know what I mean?
Because everybody forgets him in their conversations
Yeah.
of being a top quarterback right
At
And
the
I
beginning of
say-
the years, they talk about him, like MVP, they're going to do it. And then they kind of have the 5 or 6 games where they lose, or they shouldn't lose, and they kind of fall off. But then right there he is still. So,
So
I think Josh Allen has more to prove
oh, yeah, he has a
for,
lot more.
for
I
sure
think he's
right
a
now.
he's a better version of Big Ben, and we're going to keep referencing that. He's built like him, but I think he's a better quarterback than Big Ben.
See, I think he's more of a Phillip Rivers. If you look at his build and the way he stands, he reminds you of a Phillip Rivers out there.
Kind of does.
The way he throws the ball, the way he plays. You know, Phillip Rivers wasn't easy to bring down. He was no slouch when it came to that. So I think a good comparison to that with how
But
he
Phillip-
is.
But
I
Phillip,
think
but Phillip never ran. Though. That's the only thing it is. I
No,
think Ben ran a little more.
I think
I'm
he's
saying-
just talking about
I
his
get his
stature.
sta-
his
stature.
stature and everything,
Yeah.
the way he looks.
Yeah. So we got the Chiefs moving on there. So we're gonna go up here to the game that John wants to debate on. So we got Tennessee and we got the Bengals. So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to allow Sir Bangalot over there to pick this.
Well, we all know who I'm going to pick on this.
Yeah, he's gonna be biased.
Picking the Titans.
They do get Hendrickson back. He is cleared to play, so that's huge for the defensive line. That's huge, especially if Tennessee. Is it for sure yet? If
He's gonna play.
Oh, he's
in
playing.
practice.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah,
practicing. He's
he's
playing.
taking full contact. He's
Yeah,
playing.
he's running right over you guys.
So
I
that's
mean, he's going to play.
That's going to be a huge thing for that front. Now we did lose Larry.
Ojanobi.
Yeah, we did lose him, but we get Henderson back, which is huge. This game could go either way. I'm going to go with Cincinnati. Obviously they're my team. I got to pull for them, and it was nice to see him get into the playoffs, win a playoff game, and now on to this one. I don't think that Tennessee is too big of a team for Cincinnati. I don't
think they are either. No.
You know, I think it's going to be a good game. I think it could go either way. I think Cincinnati. I think they have a better passing game. I think they have defensively. It's going to be tough to stop that Tennessee offense with Tannehill and now Henry being back. So but I'm going with Cincinnati.
Drew?
I am going with the Titans.
Boo.
Is it
I think
because
they
of Derrick
build-
Henry?
No, not because Derrick Henry. Tannehill, I like a lot. When he got drafted, they really weren't. He's fishing back and forth. I think he finally found a home, found a team, and he's shown who he really is. And I think the Titans. I think this may be their year.
So Tannehill to you was the X factor for the Titans. in that
Bobby
game.
says
I think
that
to me
Cincinnati has a
personally,
better
yes.
quarterback.
Derrick Henry's nice. He's like I said, but I don't think that he's going to change the game in their favor. Like, oh, we need Derrick Henry. I think they can win without him. I don't think they use him much as people think they're going to use him. And
I
they're probably
agree with
gonna-
that. I agree with
I
that.
think
Coming
they're
off that
gonna save
injury,
him. I think they know they can probably win, and they're probably going to save him or not use him much so that they do win. Kind of like what the Bengals did last week. They got up. They wanted to keep the win, get to the next week. I think that's what they're kind of do. They want to save him for the championship game if they get to it, and then if they can get to the Super Bowl, had him just release him and let him run all over and all that.
It's tough. It's tough because I like what Tennessee's doing. I said before that having Henry back, I said at first it will hurt them if they go back to the ground game, only because of what they've been doing with Tannehill and that offense. And they've learned they can win these games with Tannehill.
Oh,
They
yeah,
don't
yeah.
need Derrick Henry. He's a nice piece to add, but they don't necessarily need him. So the problem is You do have him though.
Yeah.
So when Tannehill's there and he's playing, if it's not going so well, you can turn to the beast in the backfield. And everybody in the NFL has not been able to stop him yet. So to me, he's the X factor. If he's healthy and he's a good to go, I'm not taking anything away from Cincinnati. I love Cincinnati's offense. I do. Their offense is loaded and their defense is good. It's just Tannehill's playing at the highest level I think he's ever played in his career. You got the monster in the backfield. You got it's going to be hard to stop him.
But does that week bye hurt Tennessee? I mean, because you're coming
sometimes
off.
it does.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does.
It happened to the Packers a couple years ago. They got the first round bye, and they come out and got just destroyed by the 49ers or it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think sometimes that, and me and Mike's had that conversation. Sometimes that first week bye can hurt you because you come off, you lose the momentum. You're coming into a team. Cincinnati's riding high on momentum right now, coming in that first win. So does that hurt them?
Bobby, I'm gonna agree that Cincinnati does have the better quarterback between Burrow and Tannehill. I just think Tannehill is a little more experienced at this point.
What is our
in the playoffs?
picks?
So it's Buffalo, Cincinnati, and then
I got Tennessee.
Or not Buffalo, Super Bowl. No.
So Tennessee,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Or
two Tennessees and a Cincinnati.
I just hope they don't overuse Henry
So
this weekend.
Right. They don't need to. If they can
need
stay
it.
with what they've been doing,
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right.
So we got Derrick Henry. We got Derrick Henry returning, obviously. So he's back. Looks like he's 100% healthy the way they're running him. I've said it before. Cincinnati has the better quarterback. They have the better receivers.
Just
And
in
I
2
don't-
years, you think that
I-
he's that much better?
Yes, I think he's better than Ryan Tannehill. I think Joe Burrow, I've said it a bunch of times, he has a moxie that is undeniable. It's unmatchable. He has that will. I don't think there's a stage that's too big for Joe Burrow. Now, does this mean he's going to win a Super Bowl this year? We don't know, but I think he's not the reason they lose, and Ryan Tannehill could be the reason Tennessee loses. I think Derrick Henry plays a big factor. I think he's probably going to get anywhere from 22 to 28 carries. I just think the receiving core in Cincinnati is just better. Now, name-wise, obviously, the Titans have them. But they have the more consistent receivers in Cincinnati. So I think Cincinnati wins this game, and I almost want to say it's something like 24-7. I think that they have the ability with their corners in Cincinnati to sort of limit Ryan Tannehill and what Ryan Tannehill is going to want to do. Mike Vrabel, I should say, or what he's going to want them to do.
Cincinnati did have two of the highest rated corners in the AFC.
And then they got Jesse Bates, who's
Jesse Bates, one of the top safeties in the league.
I mean, missing Ojanobi, or however you say his name, I told you
Larry Ojanobi.
I'm not good at pronouncing names. It's going to be big because they said he actually played better this year with Cincy than he did when he became a name with Cleveland. So he was playing at a high level. So we can't say that's going to be a useless loss. That's going to be a big loss.
That's going to hurt the middle of their defense where you got the beast coming.
And I think Derrick Henry, like you guys said, I don't think they're going to overload him. 35, 30. They
might be a
could.
chance.
I still think he gets 100 yards against them. I still think he probably has a rushing touchdown or two. I just think Ryan Tannehill's not going to be able to he's not going to put up enough to ultimately take out Cincinnati. So we are at a 2-2 tie.
Got a coin.
So does anybody have a coin?
Bobby made a good point. We had touched on this with Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a year ahead of schedule. They did more than expected. And he's right. I mean, he thinks Tennessee's going to win, but and then Brent is saying Tennessee's going to beat Cincinnati 28-24.
So we're going to flip a coin. Tails, Tennessee. Heads, Cincinnati. Tennessee. So
Tennessee versus Kansas City.
Tennessee versus Kansas City in the AFC Championships. Now we're going to move over here to the NFC. We'll start out
Best
with
2 out of 3 flip.
Green Bay.
Wait a second. I didn't give him a free one.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Isaac said that was low.
That one didn't go Cincinnati's way.
What are you laughing about, Chuckles?
I didn't go with the rule book.
So we're going to go to We do have some fans that probably are Niners fans. I know there's one person watching that's a Niners fan. Yuck. We are going to go Green Bay 49ers.
So
That
we're
is
all
correct, right?
We're
That
all
is
just picking Green Bay.
that is
all four Green
yeah.
Bay?
We have a Green Bay fan in here too. That is correct. That's the lowest remaining seed. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and let the cheese head to my left go ahead and pick this one first. It should be pretty quick.
49ers in an upset.
You just
Huh?
lied through your teeth. You're
No,
gonna
what I seen last week with the Cowboys. 49ers in an upset.
So you think Aaron Rodgers is going to choke it up again for 3 straight years? He's going to choke it up.
I have all the faith in the world in Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him to leave. We need a Super Bowl, but the playoffs have not been good for Aaron Rodgers. Last 10 years maybe, ever since the Super Bowl, if I go back far enough.
Yeah.
Just something he can't get over in the championship game. He's played in 6 of them, and he only has 1 victory. So it's kind of hard. I mean, believe me, I love to pick him, but as a fan, he just hasn't shown me enough faith in the playoffs. And the 49ers are hot right now. And what they did to Dallas last week, it's hard to pick against them. So I'm picking Green Bay.
Since we started this podcast, not one time have I had a moment where I didn't know what to say. And I am at a loss for words right now because I can't believe
Someone get him a COVID test.
I
That's got to be a symptom.
can't believe he picked against him. I did not
I didn't see it coming.
expect that at all.
See it coming.
No,
I
no,
really
Green
didn't.
Bay 42, 49ers 14.
I knew he was lying.
You can't pick against the Green Bay Packers. Go Pack, go.
Go back, go. I knew it
But that
was
was a
coming.
good story, though.
Come
right?
on, my guy.
You all had your jaws dropped. I never pick against the Packers. How about them Packers? Oh, sorry.
As he's wearing a Dallas hat.
Hey, no, we don't know that. We don't know that.
All right, John, what you got? What you got, John?
It's a tough one.
It's not that tough.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout like you think.
It's not that tough.
Well, Fred
It's in
Fred
Lambeau, and there's
Warner
gonna be a blizzard.
and Nick Bosa will be back.
I think I'm going to go San Fran upset over Green Bay.
It's okay to say Green Bay now, like I did.
I am. I'm going to go with the upset.
Let's all pick the Niners and then go, no, we're all kidding. It's Green Bay. Let's go on.
So he's got the Niners.
No, wait a minute. I'm just kidding. Sticking with 49ers.
Yeah, I was going to wait. I thought we said you were going last. I forgot about that.
This will be quick. I got Green Bay. I got Green Bay over the Niners. It's Aaron Rodgers too much in the divisional round.
Divisional round.
Yeah,
Yes, I
it's
agree.
too much in
Yeah.
the divisional.
God. I want to be Alex and say that, the 49ers put a whooping on my Cowboys, so I got to go 49ers, but I just don't. I mean, I said this the week before, obviously. I don't know why I'm saying it again. I just don't see where the 49ers have enough offense to beat Green
They
Bay.
made you eat your words,
They
didn't
really
they?
did. They
did.
I mean,
did.
Debo. I'll give Debo all the props in the world.
He's
I mean,
really good.
He's just another level.
That's what Jenny Archer said. She is Debo.
Someone block her. But I think it's something like a 28-17. Green Bay. I'm going
I just
Green
think
Bay.
the weather has a huge part of this time because we played them 3 years. It's been 3 years since they've been 2 years.
2 years ago they made
we
it.
played in San Fran that time and they blew us out. I
Yeah,
think
that's
it's-
when they had like 200 some rushing yards
Yeah,
on you.
they
Wasn't it?
destroyed us. I think it's different this time.
This
I
year they
think-
went to the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
They lost Kansas City.
Yep.
So we got Green Bay in a landslide there. So the game that might be the most controversial is the Bucks versus the Rams. Now,
This is hard.
this one here could test the patience of a few people in this world. We got there. Some of them are watching. Them big Brady backers. We're gonna let Mooney start this one out because John's not allowed. He's no longer. I forgot what he's dead last all the time.
I'm dying for this one, though.
Oh, if you want it, go ahead.
All right,
Take
go
it.
ahead.
I'm okay
No,
with
go
your
ahead.
take
Go ahead.
first.
Go ahead.
No, for real. Go ahead. Your first take on this.
I'm going to go. I think the Rams are going to win this one. I think if the Rams defense played like they did against Arizona,
You led us up to that. Go ahead.
I think if that defense plays like it did against Arizona, I think it's gonna be hard for Brady to make plays. We all know what it does when you put that kind of pressure on Brady. And I think the Rams defense is playing hot. I think the momentum they have coming from Arizona is huge. I mean, everybody's like, well, look what Tampa did to Philly. That wasn't a game.
Yeah, Philly was trash.
Yeah, Philly
Philly.
didn't even.
Philly shouldn't have been in there
You
anyway.
know,
They were trash.
So I
The
just
thing is,
feel,
the thing is though, if Philly doesn't, if the 49ers don't upset the Rams, the Saints were in. And it would have been a Saints, no, because Saints would have finished 7th. So, no, it would have been Saints, Bucks. So we could have seen Tom Brady go home early in the first round because he is not good against the Saints.
Saints
But we
are
didn't have that.
kryptonite.
Yeah, we didn't have that. You know, ultimately they went on to embarrass the Philadelphia Eagles.
I believe that if the Rams can come out and play the way they did against Arizona,
No, I am also wrong on that because the Bucks would have went down to the 3 seed because the Rams would have won and stayed at the 2. So we wouldn't have got to see that anyways. But go ahead.
but I feel Rams upsets Tampa. I mean, that would be an upset because they're lower. So I just feel like, and I don't feel like Tom Brady has the weapons on offense to play against.
Okay.
Play against him.
It is an upset. We will call that an upset because they are the lower seed getting beat. Drew. No, Mooney, I'm fucking with you. Go ahead.
I told you before, it's hard to go against Tom Brady in the playoffs. It's hard. That man just finds a way to win. I know we all know about the receiving thing. We don't have to go into it. We all talked about it before. The team hasn't changed from one week to the next. It's hard to go against Tom Brady. And with the Rams coming into that game is just going to destroy Tampa Bay. I mean, it's not a game. They are going to destroy them. You want to know why? Because the Rams defense is going to shut that offense down because they got nothing. Nothing.
So I'm confused. First he comes in saying he can't go against Brady.
It's hard to go against Brady, but when you go up against the 2021 Rams, you're done. It's over.
21-22.
Well, it's 22 now, but I'm talking about the year
Isaac-
21 last
Isaac
year.
said that.
But
2021.
2021, right? And what I'm saying is,
Like 2021 season. Yeah.
not only that, it's not just because Tampa's depleted on offense, but like we said with that
they're
Eagles
really not
game,
depleted. They're really
I mean,
not.
they kind of are. Well, they got Gronk,
They got Gronk. They got Evans. They got
they
Brady.
got Evans.
I think Fournette comes back this week,
Once again,
again,
Fournette was
hamstring.
not an F factor last week with the Eagles.
but he didn't play.
But we also
He didn't play last
exactly. That's what I'm saying. He was not a factor.
He didn't-
I'm
but
saying
this
he
week
wasn't
he
a
is
factor,
playing.
and he's
But
still
he
not
has-
going to be a factor
he
because
does
he got
have
the
he does
hamstring.
have a hamstring
Was
issue.
Fournette really that good?
No,
He was
I
good
said
for him.
that.
He was good in the playoffs for him last
Yeah,
year.
he-
He
Yeah,
was a
that's
big piece.
all I ever seen of him was the playoffs. last
Isaac
year.
says he thinks the Rams win too, even though you think he would go Brady. But as long as Stafford plays a conservative game, he thinks they're going to win that.
Stafford playing conservative, he's going to light it up.
you got
And
the
Ray
Rams.
got Cam
And
Akers
Bobby
back.
said too. Bobby said he hopes and prays for the Rams, but it's tough to beat a team twice, but go
I
Stafford.
just don't see how you stop the Rams.
I just
Only thing that can stop the Rams is Stafford himself.
I think
That's it.
So we got Rams. We got Rams. I'm also going to lean towards the Rams. I really think Tom Brady keeps this game close for the first half. The thing is the Bucks are depleted on offense. You people can say they're not. They are. Godwin and Brown are huge losses. Fournette playing with a banged up hamstring.
But we went through this Tuesday. Brady's won with less talent than what he has on offense right now.
Okay, so
we
this
can't
what
say
I'm
they're
going to
depleted.
get at you. The Rams also have a guy named Jalen Ramsey, who is arguably the best corner in all of football. You might as well say Mike Evans is a no-show in this game. He will shadow him all game long. So if you think that Tom Brady can win with Rob Gronkowski,
I don't.
I'm just saying the world. If they think that Gronk is going to be that guy, because I'm telling you, Ramsey's going to shut down Mike Evans, and I just think ultimately their defensive line is just too much for Tom Brady. These receivers don't have the ability to get open. We've seen that against Philly. I mean, Brady was ripping their ass that first half. Telling them
Before you keep going, Aaron Burr said Tampa's not depleted on offense. What a dumb analysis. Tampa wins, and Tampa's defense is better.
See, with the Tampa being depleted, meaning you don't have Chris Godwin, you don't have Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette's not going to be a factor. So you got Mike Evans, and you got Gronk, and you got Tom Brady at quarterback. That's all you got on that offense.
Tristan Wirfs, the best right tackle in football, is out.
So yes, depleted on offense.
And then their center, Henson, however you say his name.
Kappa.
Yeah, he got hurt. Didn't he get hurt last
Talking about Kappa.
Yeah, but
Henson.
he came back in the game.
Yes, his last name.
He came back in.
But they said he's been limited because he is still struggling with the ankle injury. They said that he had some swelling as it went.
So he's not going to be 100%.
So he plays, but missing your right tackle, which I know it's not Tom Brady's blind side. He's going to be able to see, so they might chip, which to me they're going to chip away on that side. So they're going to have to put a tight end over there to help out whatever right tackle they put out there. So it's Gronk, and I know the Rams are a little beat up in their secondary, as in their safeties, because they did go out and sign Weddle to play because their other guys are out.
He didn't really play bad when he came back, though.
I just don't. If to say that the Bucs aren't depleted on offense, I don't know what else you do. Chris Godwin's arguably a number one anywhere else.
Yeah.
I think he ultimately leaves Tampa Bay this year because he wants to be a number one somewhere else. Antonio Brown is arguably, I think we've had this conversation.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a Hall of Famer and arguably a top 10 receiver of all time.
Aaron said Antonio Brown was never a factor there.
He was the reason.
He was
the reason they won the Super Bowl last year. Without Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski, they don't win the Super Bowl last year.
Literally,
I mean, that playoff experience is huge for them, and that's gone. Yes, Gronk is going to play a factor. We know that.
But that's what you said. Jalen's going to shut down Mike. I'm sorry,
he's going to shadow him.
And then with that taken out of the equation, you only have Gronk. What else do you have?
If you think Scotty Miller, who he's been there every year with Tom Brady since Tom Brady's got there, and he hasn't gotten any better.
No.
Scotty Miller is who Scotty Miller is. He's not someone who's going to be able to get open on a regular basis. So Tom's going to need a little more time. Where's he getting that little more time? Number 99 is coming full throttle. Yeah. Von Miller, who they say is a different animal in the playoffs, they're going to stick him on the right side. Von Miller will play the right side of that line all game long.
Aaron said every running back on that roster can play slot and have great hands on and off the field.
They don't have a running back in Tampa. Who? I mean, they're going to run out Giovanni Bernard, and that's not enough to me. So you're going to run them out and pass all game long. I mean, if that's what you think's going to beat the Rams, I mean, I don't understand. It is what I'm taking the Rams. Drew, who you got? I got the Rams, and I think it's a close game because of Tom Brady. I'm not going to say it's not because he is a huge factor in this game. I just don't think he has enough.
Aaron actually said on here, you can run every one of their running backs on the roster out in the slot. Who?
Well, I think he's meaning.
That's what I said.
I think he's meaning Bernard and who's the
Jones?
other one? The other one they ran.
No,
on Sunday. I don't remember who they ran. I'm not going to be able to tell you who they ran on Saturday. I mean, was it Saturday? Saturday.
Yeah, they played Saturday.
They did have Giovanni Bernard. I don't know the other guy's name. It's irrelevant anyways.
So Bernard is now a slot receiver?
He's a good catching back, I think is what he means.
Decent catching back, but he's not a slot. You can't put him in a slot receiver. Like, he's not Kareem Hunt.
I mean, everybody has their right to their opinion, but the Bucs are beat up on offense, and I don't understand how you can say they're not.
They're
Who you got, Drew?
I'm going with the Rams.
Rams?
Yeah.
Just that easy?
Yeah, for me, I mean, everyone says Tom Brady and Michigan man, all that, but I don't think it's enough.
I think the only way that game stays relatively close is if you get turnover, Matt. Matt Stafford is a cancer.
He does a couple picks, or he's good at getting sacked and fumbling.
Yeah. But I think they're going to do what they did with him last week. They're going to let him start off a little strong. Cam Akers being back has shown that dude brings another level to that offense.
Isn't anyone else shocked that it was Odell Beckham's first playoff win and first touchdown?
Yeah, we said that. Yeah, I
didn't know that.
And then he's also you guys are also going to think it's crazy. He's the highest rated receiver in the playoffs
right now.
Right now,
yeah,
Odell Beckham
blows my mind. That was his very first touchdown in playoffs.
Yeah. I know.
They couldn't do nothing in Cleveland.
Well, we know why he put that in there.
You want to look at that?
Baker Mayfield.
You know what I'm going to say.
I was waiting on
Yeah,
it.
Baker
Let's
Mayfield
not
did
even
have
go
surgery,
there.
And I watched his he looks good. I think you guys talk about this. I do not think Baker Mayfield is the issue.
You know,
in
since you
Cleveland.
brought
agree
it,
to-
since
I
you
agree
brought
with
it up,
that.
I said something to Mike the other night. Let me
Well, hold on.
let me
Let's
clear the air on this.
So we got our
it's
divisional
Rams,
rounds.
Green
So we
Bay.
got Rams, Green Bay. We got
Kansas City, Cincinnati.
no, it went to Tennessee. So Tennessee,
I was gonna say,
Tennessee Chiefs. So we do
I
have
almost
we
was
do
like,
have our
yeah,
picks.
yeah. No.
We do have to. We do want to get to a couple more of our topics. Finish off what you were going to say.
Well, I had a discussion with Mike. I let him know. So I'm going to come clean on this. I think I have been a little too harsh on Baker Mayfield. And the reason why I'm changing my stance on it, I'm still putting some blame on him, but I am going to buy into the whole he was injured and he had the torn labrum. I'm going to buy into it a little bit. So I'm going to give him a pass on this year because of that. Also because Stefanski did not help him in his offensive play calling. It didn't help at all. Plus the injuries to the offensive line. Plus the receivers that weren't doing their job. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt right now. I'm still putting some blame on him. If he comes out next year, I don't even care if it's the same receiving core. But if he doesn't play better himself, just him, then I'm going to know he's inconsistent and he is exactly what I thought he was.
It's going to take you 5 years to figure that out. Literally every other year he's been inconsistent.
I know.
So he's inconsistent.
So I need to see him.
So year 5 you
I
should
need
play
to
good.
see
Year
him.
1 good. Year 2
I need
bad,
to see him
year
go
3
back
good,
to where he
year
was
4
at on
bad,
year 1 and see
5,
if he can
it's gotta be
repeat that
good.
performance or not.
You gotta
And if
wait
he
till year
can,
6.
then I'll say he's good.
No, but
But
wonder
if he
comes
can't,
back in year
then
6
I'm going to
and
say
plays
he's
bad.
trash, like I've been saying. So that's what I got to see.
So your opinion is going to change just like his ability to play on the field.
If it can.
So year 1 he was good.
if it
Year
can.
2 he was bad.
It's only
Year
if
3
he can
was
change
good.
it or
Year
not.
4
But it
he was
all
bad.
depends on if he can change it or not.
Well, so he's destined to play good this year.
I'm hoping.
Coming up.
I fuck if I know.
Year 6,
As far
Even-
as I know right now, there's no faith in him.
every other year there is. I just told you that. So
no.
year 2, 4, 6, 8,
No,
10,
not every
12.
other year. I told you I was behind him the first 3 years, and then it started to fall off.
all right, so
Once again, people
Kansas City.
talking about that whole last year run where it's,
Anyways.
he had 8 straight great games. What about the first 8 great games or worst great games?
We do have a couple other things out here. We have the Texans that just interviewed Josh McCown,
and your coordinator,
Kellen
Kellen
Moore.
Moore interview with the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos, yes.
Yes,
And
I see
then
that.
to touch on on baseball a little bit, we haven't really
one
got to
talks
talk
about
because
baseball.
they're sort of in their strike. But robot umps are going to be tested in AAA baseball this year.
Oh, that's nice.
Robot umps. I want to see how human umps make a lot of mistakes. I want to see if one of these guys literally beat this robot with a bat. Just think about it.
You could. You could easily could.
You can't hit the human, but these guys could get so pissed off that they
Push it
literally
over, kick
push
it.
this
yeah,
thing
do whatever.
over. I wonder if it fights back. I wonder if they
The
taught it
umpire or the-
self-defense.
Yeah, someone hit. Whop! Knocked him out.
The head coach is going to have a lot of fun.
Wonder if it just stops working. It's technology. Strike! Ball, strike ball, strike ball, strike ball, strike ball, strike ball. It just keeps. You're like, oh shit.
Or start spinning.
Wonder if it just starts running the bases on a single. Think about it. You have to throw it out. Anyways, yeah. So we want to touch on. There is a quick topic. UFC 270 is this Saturday. I hope people tune in to watch it. StreamEast.live. You can get all the free pay-per-views you want. We watch it constantly here. We've watched the last 3 or 4 UFCs. We watched a Jake Paul, Tyron Woodley fight on it. It comes in great. It's beautiful. You got to watch it on a smart TV, Xbox, whatever you want to watch it. StreamEast.live. Try it out. You heard it from us first. We do want to touch on it. Francis Ngannou is fighting this Saturday, and he has come out and said that this will be his last fight unless the UFC changes his contract. He said he is no longer fighting for $500,000 or $600,000. It's crazy to hear somebody say that, but it also says how underpaid this superstar in the UFC really is. So he is fighting a lifelong training partner, friend, gone wrong. These guys are no longer friends no more. I do not know how to pronounce his name. Mooney, pronounce his name for us.
I don't remember anymore.
Oh, it's horrible to pronounce. It's like something gone.
Siri gone.
Yeah, Siri gone or something.
Siri
It's very
Gain?
hard.
Yeah, because it looks like gain, but it's gone.
Gone. Yeah, it's really hard to
Gone.
pronounce. We don't really know how to pronounce it, so we don't really want to pronounce it. But
He's gonna
they say
lose.
he is the most powerful fighter we have is Francis Ngannou. If you've watched this dude, he is super powerful, one punch power. But they say this Gon is the most technical striker.
Gon's coming in there undefeated.
Yeah, and he's the most.
And he was undefeated as a kickboxer as well when he was 13-0.
Yeah, they say he's the most technical striker in heavyweight history. So they think it's power versus technique, and former best friends, former training partners.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like Chuck Liddell and Ortiz or Tito Ortiz, right? They were friends.
They were friends.
training partners, and they got that heated rivalry.
Yeah,
We got 3 fantastic fights.
Really great fights.
Yeah, they were amazing fights.
Some of the best fights in UFC history right there.
So we sort of wanted to touch on that. Let's go ahead and pick it real quick. Let's do this real quick because we got one big topic that might take a minute to talk about. But let's pick it. Drew, who you got? Gon or Francis?
I'm taking Francis.
I'm going Francis as well.
Going Gon. I'm going the undefeated guy.
And I'm going Francis. Francis, my boy. That man's got tons of power. So we just want to touch on that so people know they don't really talk a whole lot when it comes to UFC, when it comes to them kind of things. It's sort of something you really got to follow hardcore. But we want to move on to our final topic. As we know, everybody sitting, as you guys know, we mentioned it last week. Everybody at this table is going to Monday Night Raw.
Monday night.
Next Monday. So, a lot of us are excited. A lot of us aren't. What's being said?
Aaron goes, I want to fight Brent Thaxton at this UFC pay-per-view. He thinks Justin Fields is good.
Oh, jeez. I'll pay to see it. I'm 50 cents. I got 50 cents. I'm paying to
I'll
see
give
that.
you $1.
Oh, we got a bargain going. I'm picking Aaron. Even though he's got a bad back and he has a terrible golf swing, I'm picking Aaron. But anyways, yes, if you don't know, we're all going, and I want people to know this. We are going to sort of go live through TikTok to try to sort of pull a feel for our TikTok followers, and then we sort of want to do that for a few minutes. That will be on Mooney's thing, and then we also want to do it on Facebook Live. So if you guys are tuning in tomorrow or Monday evening, right around 8 o'clock, we are gonna try to shoot live. Maybe talk a minute about the fights we're about to see. Sort of give a little bit of a different experience for our show. But we do want to get into some topics on the matches that are on the horizon and maybe what people want to think about it when it comes to. We do have Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, it's about the heavyweight fight. Big fight of them that go face to face Monday night.
Does people watching or at this table believe that Brock Lesnar, Drew, that's Drew's boy.
Not afraid of a minute. I have a huge man crush.
Yeah, he's got action figures of this dude. He's got
Shirts,
everything.
action figures, posters.
Is he overrated? Is he one of the most overrated UFC
He was in the UFC.
WWE wrestlers of all time?
Who, Brock Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar.
No, not even close.
Can you explain? I don't believe he is either. But
He's one of the most gifted athletes we'll ever see in our lifetime.
but is he over?
Couldn't make it in football.
He's the very last guy to get cut off the Minnesota Vikings
Yeah, at the practice
in
squad.
preseason.
Yep.
And what he could do,
But he still got cut.
he did. But it's an accomplishment to do what he did. Not to play football for almost 15 years and to go to the NFL is unreal. He's not overrated in wrestling at all.
But can you put him on the level of The Rock, John Cena, Hulk Hogan? I mean, did he touch wrestling fans in them ways?
I don't think he's as popular as those guys.
One thing he's popular now is because he left for so long and he's a part-timer now. If he would have stayed in 2002, to be honest, there would be no John Cena.
You think that?
Because Brock Lesnar was the face. He was the man, as they say. And he was too big at the time. He was already, like a 3-time champion? Doesn't a year span, 2-year span. And there's no way there would be a John Cena.
So you think they pushed John because Brock stepped away.
They needed a star when Lesnar left to go to football and the UFC. They needed the star, and Cena is the guy. I'm not a huge fan. I never have been, never will
So
be.
you think in his, we'll say 15 years, John Cena sort of walked away right around, 2017, 2018, where he really wasn't
Yeah, where he's not full time.
full time. Do you think what he's accomplished, though, in the 15 years that he wrestled, 16 years, is greater than what Brock has done in his time
Well, yes.
as? So do you think they made what I'm trying to get at is, do you think they made do you think they made a bad decision, or do you think they actually you could possibly say it was good that Brock left?
I think
Because
it
they really
was-
didn't lose nothing.
on both at the time. For both of them, it was good because Brock wasn't happy. He was miserable. He didn't like people. He doesn't like people. He said that.
Didn't we have breaking news on Brock earlier? Didn't you have breaking news?
Yes, the reason he changed his character is because Paul Heyman is tired of doing his promos for him.
So Paul Heyman got pissed off at Brock and says, "I'm not doing this no more. I'm not your mouth. You do it."
And you got to think, when Lesnar was first in the WWE, the 2 years there, he had Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman didn't talk. Lesnar talked.
So what made him go away? Just because of Paul Heyman? Is that they just thought it would push him more, bringing Paul Heyman and letting Paul Heyman talk instead of Brock?
They brought him back because Brock's not good on the camera.
He is now, though.
He's
His new character is
fantastic
awesome.
now.
Yeah.
But you go back to his interviews in the NFL when he left, in the UFC, he doesn't have a filter.
No, he doesn't. We see that now.
Yes, and he kind of says what he says in a way he says it. Like
He's an arrogant prick sometimes, but he's
Yes,
humble at
he's-
the same time.
To be honest, I don't think there's a man on the roster that has, in real life, that can touch Brock Lesnar.
What did you see the one where he won the UFC match? He said at the end of the interviewing, he said, "I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna." Pretty much, he's gonna screw his wife. Did you
Yeah.
see that? Tells the whole camera. I'm like, oh shit. Wow.
Yeah, and it was
What a-
sponsored by Bud Light.
Bud
He
Light.
said, I'm going to drink a Coors Light.
Yeah, he said he was going to drink a Coors Light and go fuck his wife,
and-
pretty
and
much.
Mount his wife.
Mount his wife.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
That's because the dude says what he wants.
Yeah.
So
Did you know that Brock Lesnar actually does not like people? He doesn't like being around people.
well, he
He's
lives
not
in
people
he
person.
lives in
He's
the
not
woods,
a people
don't he?
person.
With
Yeah,
Sable?
yeah, he lives in like the woods and like this
With
ranch.
no TV.
He's a
secluded.
he has dual citizenship. He lives in Canada 90% of his
Yeah.
life. He has a big acre, like he has a big home and just acres and acres and
Wasn't
acres.
there
of
wasn't there a
he's-
rumor that he has no TV in his house
Yeah,
whatsoever?
he
doesn't
I don't
watch
think he does any
TV.
of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he'd
said,
rather
uh,
sit into a hut all day long and
Yep.
hunt deer and elk
Yep.
and fish and just be.
So is he
out.
like
And
a
he said
caveman?
he said it's nothing against people. It's just him himself. He has anxiety being around a large crowd of people, and when he does, it makes him feel uncomfortable. And then they asked him, "Well, what about being in the ring and all them people in there?" And he said, "The ring is the ring. All I see is the ring. When I'm in the ring, I'm in the ring, and then when I'm out of the ring, I'm gone. I don't hang around and do all that stuff backstage like some people do."
No, he leaves right away.
Yeah, he said, "I'm
don't.
gone."
Yep.
He said, he said, "Do you see me in public? Do you see a lot of video of me in public? No, I don't want to be in public. I don't like people approaching me and asking me for autographs and pictures. I don't."
So if
It's
you
not
have
that it's
an
personal. I just don't like it.
So if you have an autograph from
probably
him,
pretty
it's
rare.
probably pretty
You gotta
rare.
realize when he first started wrestling, he bought his own private jet, just so he wouldn't have to fly with all the other wrestlers or be in the airports with all the fans. So you're talking a 21, 22-year-old man buying a private jet to fly over the world.
Yep.
Isaac said he 100%, 110% agree. Brock would have been the biggest star next to Stone Cold and The Rock. The only thing that he doesn't like is how he's in and out of the WWE so much.
He's a very smart businessman.
Oh, he's extremely.
Now, I
He
don't
makes
know.
a crap load of money and doing less work.
Would he have been, because at the time when he was like full time before going to the UFC, wasn't he kind of hated by the audience? Didn't he play the villain?
At the end, because they knew he was leaving, if he would have stayed, to be honest,
But he wasn't as
He was gonna
loved
be a
as like
heel.
The Rock was,
he wouldn't
or
probably be
Cena.
but Cena wouldn't be 16-time champion. I think if Brock Lesnar would have stayed in WWE, Cena maybe be a 1-2-time champion.
No, I get that, but I'm talking just crowd wise. Because The Rock is one of the most beloved wrestlers of all time.
But you also realize The Rock was also really hated at the end
For leaving?
for leaving, because you ever watched the Lesnar Rock fight where he
Yeah.
passed a torch, they booed him the whole match.
I remember that.
I'm not trying to interrupt this, but I just got the news on my phone. Charles Barkley says on an epic rant to Ernie. Ernie says, we've got a guest standby. Chuck out of nowhere says, well, the Lakers still suck when we get the Lakers still suck when we get back from this interview. Like, he just hates the Lakers. Anyways, go on. I just see that pop up on there. Charles Barkley. He says some wild stuff.
I love Charles Barkley.
Aaron says he wants to hear your picks for both Rumble matches and go.
We can do the picks, and we can probably guess who the surprise entrants are going to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do. That's the lucky thing about these tickets. Shout out to JB and Mike Mooney, because without them, we don't get to experience this. We are going the Monday before the Rumble, which is
the closing show.
This is why we want to sort of go Facebook Live, because there are going to be lots of stars at this thing. You
You're
will
talking about-
probably
have Edge.
yes, you will
Beth
probably
Phoenix,
see
all them
us in
all them.
masks too. So don't hate on us if you see a few of us in masks, because that's a big crowd of people, and I really don't want to miss no
You might
words.
see
So
me if you're live when Lesnar comes out, because he might come out in the beginning of the show. I may cry.
And if he does, come on, my guy, we will.
You don't know how bad
We
I
will
like
be. We will be
Lesnar.
live for maybe the first few minutes, because if Brock does come out, that entrance I gotta see, and we want to sort of give an experience to you guys. So I hope you really tune in to that live next Monday night, and we will be back on the air on Tuesday too. Just to throw that out there.
Bobby Compton says Ric Flair is the greatest heel ever.
Oh, see, someone agrees with me. We just had this conversation not even 3 or 4 days ago. But yes, let's pick the Rumble matches. Drew knows them off the top of his head. So, let's
You're the wrestling expert.
yeah, this is why we have Drew here today, because Drew is a lot more intelligent than what we are when it comes to wrestling. I watch it religiously. I'm a big AEW fan though. So I'm just there. Shout out to Sting.
Shout out to Darby.
Sting jumping off the stage last night through a table.
Talk about
Like
a 63-year-old man.
63 or
that fights like he's
64.
22.
Right.
Like
Still
this-
doing
It's
it.
amazing.
This dude is on another level of superstar. He's literally the Tom Brady, LeBron James of professional
Sting is
wrestling.
the greatest wrestler I've ever seen.
I mean,
Yeah, there's no argument.
yeah,
Seriously.
we had vintage
I don't
Sting
know
last night,
anybody.
banging his chest, screaming at people. Like,
What's crazy, he wasn't jumping off stages and jumping off top ropes in his actual heyday.
No, in the WCW
In
on the
WCW,
Monday
he
Night Show and that,
rarely
he
did
didn't do
that.
that. But now he's
and there is a bobblehead coming through
Crazy.
AEW that I will have to have, is vintage Sting in pink and with his colorful paint. It's
from the
bobblehead.
80s.
He's sitting on his windowsill.
Yes,
every
yeah.
podcast.
It is spectacular. I will have it as soon as it's. I went onto the website last
I
night.
wanna
As soon
go-
as they
I wanna
showed
go-
it, it's not available yet.
I want to get tickets to an AEW match and watch him cry when Sting comes
Oh,
out.
dude, if you can get me on,
We
me
go
on
to AEW.
Dynamite,
We got to go to AEW because they have a lot
they're
of
in
shows.
Cleveland
Oh,
next
yeah.
Wednesday, and
Oh,
Sting
but
is fighting
shit.
in that. But
We might have to just go and break the door down like DX did back in the day.
we'll so.
Just suck it. WWE. Forget the Rumble. We won't watch Sting live.
Yeah, if I can, if I just wanted to shout out AEW. I follow AEW a lot more than I do WWE, but I still, my kids, my daughters, who are also going with us on Monday, they love wrestling also. So back to the Rumble matches. I'm sort of got off track right there with AEW, but back to the Rumble matches. What's the first match we're going to pick here?
Well, you want to start with the women? You'll have Becky Lynch and
Yeah, we can start there.
what's her name?
Dewdrop.
Did you say doo doo?
And that's
Dewdrop.
that's for the belt, isn't it?
It's for the Raw Women's title.
I actually think they might give Dewdrop this belt
Because there's one more pay-per-view after the Rumble before Mania.
before Mania. Yes. I think they might actually. I'm gonna call an upset here. I think Chubby will Dewdrop.
If you don't know who Dewdrop is, look her up. She's from overseas. She's from
Britain or something like that.
Australia.
Yeah, she's a bigger
probably
woman.
pushing close to 250, 300.
She might be bigger than that. She's only like
She had blonde hair.
5'6".
She's pretty in the face.
She is pretty in the face, but she is a big girl. She's real big.
Girl. Big girl.
She's been pushed pretty hard over the last 3 months that she's been in here.
Accent's a little off, but
If-
she's all right.
Yeah, she's all right. I think they might actually sort of give her. I'm saying they give her the belt.
I don't see it. Becky Lynch is riding too high. She's the face of the women's division. She already had the belt for over, 2 years now, whatever it is, even being pregnant.
So you're saying Becky?
Yeah, I got Becky Lynch.
Oh, it's Becky Lynch. She retains the belt.
I'm saying that too.
Becky Lynch.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So We got Becky Lynch.
So you're the only
obviously.
one that's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you know,
So it's a nice pick because I mean they do whatever they want. I mean it
Yeah.
could easily happen
it could.
I mean, you don't.
because it happened with a couple years ago. Becky Lynch fought Asuka, and she got beat by Asuka, and then she joined the Royal Rumble and she won the women's Royal Rumble. So that could easily happen again.
So, did we lose footage? Okay.
No, we're still good.
I'm getting a call from Aaron. He must have heard my golf swing.
No, he goes, I want to call in for these Rumble picks.
Oh, he wants to call in
Oh,
for the
Michael
Rumble
hung up
picks?
on you.
No, I didn't. I'm right here. What's up? What's up, Aaron?
Is he there?
Aaron, I answered. You there? You there?
I want to call in for these picks for the Rumble. Who y'all picking?
All right. Well, we got first match is I got Doudrop beating Becky, but the rest of the guys have Becky beating Doudrop.
Oh, they're not letting Becky lose that belt till WrestleMania.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
what I say. Yep.
All right. So Aaron agrees with that
Can you hear
too.
him?
Can you guys hear him through here?
Yeah.
So next match. So
You do stick with the women. You'll have what? Charlotte Flair. I haven't watched SmackDown. Who's she fighting?
I'm trying to look up the card now.
Oh, she's fighting.
It's not Lita.
No, it's not Lita. It's
Who's Charlotte Flair fighting?
No, she's not. She's in the Rumble.
She's in the Rumble.
She's in the Rumble.
Yeah, she entered the Rumble.
She entered the Rumble.
So we'll go.
Do you want to pick the women's Royal Rumble?
Yeah, let's pick the women's Royal Rumble. I actually believe you guys aren't gonna. I think Asuka comes back,
As a surprise entrance.
and I think Asuka wins the Rumble.
That's a nice pick.
That's me. I think she's surprised. I think because we haven't seen her in months.
Yeah, she's hurt. Yep.
Asuka won't be back. She's pregnant. I'm going with Bailey.
Bayley's-
See, I did think
Well, they
Bailey
just said
too.
yesterday that Bailey isn't coming back because she's still hurt.
So
I know Asuka's not coming back because she's in Japan. She's pregnant.
so
WWE.com.
I thought they said that she was on track to come back. That she could be a surprise entrance.
She's on track to come back because I think she's supposed to have her baby at the end of this month, the beginning of February.
Okay.
Oh,
So
now
she may come back for Mania.
Lacey Evans, if you guys know who that is, she was on a title run, getting a title run. Then she got pregnant, she had her baby, and they said she might be a surprise entrance,
So-
and she may win the.
So you
Royal
think
Rumble.
could they also push Alexa Bliss to take this?
I can see that.
She's a high possibility too, but
Yeah.
don't count out them bringing back Nia Jax as well because she's training again to come back.
So we got some picks. So if Asuka's not in it, and if you say she's pregnant, so we'll go with she's not in it. I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna say I think is Lita entering?
Lita's in the Rumble.
Lita's in it, yeah.
So
She did say she
and
wants another
Charlotte is the champion, ain't she?
Yeah, she's going to be in it.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Lita. I think they want that. I think they want that WrestleMania.
And they said she wants to come back.
Pick Asuka too because she may be able to come back.
Okay. I mean,
It's just a rumor.
yeah. If she comes back, that is my pick.
Because that's who my pick was at work. We got a big pool at work, man. I took Asuka because for a WrestleMania main event, it
Oh.
would be Asuka against Becky Lynch because Asuka has never beat Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch had to hand her belt over to Asuka.
So that's a good possibility. Then I'm gonna stick with Asuka.
Yeah. Who you guys picking for the men's rumble?
Who men's Rebel
I'm
men's?
taking Lacey Evans as a surprise entrance.
So
and
you're
her-
taking Lacey.
Lacey Evans coming back.
Who,
You guys-
so men. Who you picking on women's?
I can't really give my opinions. I don't know. I'm looking up stuff up right now for it. I don't really want to say yet.
So let's go to men's. Men's pick, Royal Rumble pick.
I'm picking Big E.
Big E. You think they give Big E another one? I think it's Kevin Owens.
That's a nice pick.
I think Kevin Owens he re-signed for a reason.
Oh yeah, they're gonna push him.
I think this is the push he gets. I think he's ultimately Kevin Owens is going to sort of sneak into this one.
But you also have the surprise of Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville's coming. I literally this is a bold prediction. Bold. Aaron might not agree with me. Drew might not. I think the Fiend shows back up.
I agree with you.
I think the Fiend is the surprise entrance of the Rumble that is
I
going to
don't
be
think it's
talked
going
about.
to be Bray Wyatt as the Fiend. I think he's changed that character. If you've seen the videos online, he's done those music videos. He changed his name to Wyndham, which is his real name.
So you think he comes-
I think he comes back as a different person,
Okay.
but the same kind of character as the Fiend.
Okay. Who you got, Aaron?
I'm thinking Roman Reigns.
You think he'll
I think they're going to let Seth Rollins beat Roman Reigns with the help of KO, and then KO's going to get his match against Seth Rollins.
at WrestleMania?
Okay.
But I think Roman Reigns, along with the Usos, will be the last three people in the ring.
They
And
hijacked the
Roman's
Rumble.
either going to throw them out,
AJ
or they're
Styles is
both
in
going
there.
to go over the top rope.
AJ Styles is in there.
Ooh. Do you think? Who you got, John?
I think AJ Styles has a pretty good shot.
So he likes
I
AJ.
like it.
Who you like,
AJ.
Mooney?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
I like Seth Rollins.
So if Seth Rollins loses to Reigns, you think Seth Rollins will enter the Rumble?
Yep, I think it will.
I like he said with Reigns. I can see them.
I could see them doing that.
Hijacking the
I think that's a
Rumble.
good.
Right.
I think that's a good prediction for Aaron right there. I
You
think.
can't throw out Rey Mysterio though.
He's
in
won the
there.
Rumble. He's lasted. He's the one that he's the lasted the longest in the Rumble. He's lasted over.
I also think. Don't be shocked. It's another bold prediction. Don't be shocked if Cody Rhodes.
I did
You hear his
Cody
theme come
Rhodes.
out and Cody Rhodes comes.
There's
I don't
gonna
think
be
he
a-
can win it, but I think he is a
I
possibility
think
of
there's a
showing
couple
up.
bigger surprises this year.
There's been rumors for the last week and a half of him showing up as Stardust.
Dude, that would be pretty cool to see. It would be cool.
But he come out and made a public statement yesterday that he said he wouldn't do it.
Well, he said I know on AEW last night he said he is the forbidden door. He is the reason why that's there. So I think maybe he's pushing that he won't, and he ultimately just tries to get people's attention away.
It'd be crazy though if he did.
Oh, that place will go ballistic.
Oh yeah, and especially as Stardust coming back.
I don't think he never liked that character.
But it'd be sort of cool to see. It's a Rumble surprise.
Well, that's true. But I understand what he's built with at AEW. I can't see him taking that back step, becoming that character again.
We'll find out, I guess.
I think I'm going to go though with the surprise entrance. Obviously, I don't want to say it's obvious, but every year it's John Cena. So I think they find a way to put Cena in the Rumble.
Good. So if he is,
Even though
Well,
I
Goldberg
can't stand
has
him.
Goldberg has one match left on his contract. Is that one last match the Rumble?
It's WWE and it's Cena. He likes the attention. There's a chance he'll sign another 5 or 6 event contract.
Isaac said he
That's
picks
just-
Lita
that's
for the
what I would
girls.
pick.
I can see Lita winning the girls.
see that's my wild card for the girls is
Because you also
Lita.
got the Bella twins. You have Mickey James coming back.
Is anybody going to give Liv Morgan any love at all?
She's up there.
I think she's a sneaky one that we're not really thinking about.
Liv Morgan would be
Liv
nice.
Morgan, I think, is
I
a
can see
sneaky
that.
one
That wouldn't be surprising.
that could get it.
And there's a good chance they might let Mandy Rose enter the Rumble match.
That's true. I forgot about her.
Yeah, the NXT.
Yeah, she
NXT,
could.
yes,
Women's
yep,
champion.
She could.
Yep. So we got who do you have winning
The men's.
the men's?
I just think it's Big E. I think
Big
they
E.
get him back in the title picture. I think Rollins beats Reigns, and it's going to be Rollins and Big E at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
I
going
agree.
Kevin Owens. Aaron's going
AJ
Roman
Styles.
Reigns,
Oh, Roman Reigns, and then
AJ Styles.
AJ
and
Styles.
then John wants AJ.
You know, I'm
Styles.
going to say I think it's time for them to really put Kevin Owens up there
That's
I've
what I
been
said.
saying-
He
because I
signed-
think
he
he's
signed
been
a-
shit on for a long
They
time.
snatched him away from AEW for a reason. I think
Right.
that push is coming.
I've been wanting to push him since he's been there, since he come in and powerbombed John Cena and stomped on the United States title. I think they should have kept that going.
All right. Well, Aaron, you got your picks. We'll finish you out here. Thanks for calling us.
Sweet.
But you also got
we
the
got
big match,
so he
though.
has wait. Aaron has Roman Reigns, and you picked Asuka for the girls.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Asuka.
Okay. All right. Good. We'll keep them on there because I want to see if everybody's gonna be right on these.
I'm taking Tampa Bay for the Super Bowl, and the Lakers still suck.
He got to chime that one in. All right, Aaron. Thanks for calling, buddy. So we got the big. We do have. Thanks for calling for real, Aaron. That's pretty cool. We ain't done that yet. That was actually sort of cool. Big match.
What Edge and Miz,
Edge and Miz.
the mixed tag team.
Yeah.
I was just reading that.
Who do we got? I think they're gonna let the Miz win.
Well, Edge beat him singles 1-on-1 last pay-per-view. If it's going to be a 3-fight match, because they kind of want, I think they want Miz and Edge at Mania.
So you think they're going to give it to the duo?
So I think it might be Miz and Maurice because Maurice she hit her with a brick Monday night out of her purse.
So you think it's going to be? You think
I
it's
think they
gonna
may
be
give
Miz?
Miz and Maurice the win at the Rumble.
How many matches do we have left on here?
Just
There's
the,
not many,
just the title fights.
which is
Lesnar and Bobby and Reigns and Roman.
That's
or
what
Reigns and Rollins.
Reigns and Rollins. So you going Edge or Miz?
If you go with his philosophy, you got to go Miz because that's what they're pushing for. If they're not, I want to pick Edge.
So you go
But I understand if that's what they're doing, it makes sense because it's really going to build for him. But I mean, for me personally, I'd rather see the Edge win.
All right. Who you got? Edge or Miz?
I'm going Miz.
There you go. Road rules for life. Ain't that where he came from? MTV, real world.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So let's go 2 title matches. We got a few. We got some time here. 2 title matches here. We're gonna go Reigns Rollins to start this off.
And I'm picking Rollins right away. I'm telling you, Rollins.
Burn
I
it
think
down?
I think
Burn it
Rollins
down.
takes him down.
I think all they were looking for was to Reigns to beat Lesnar's Universal title reign.
And he already did that,
And he
right?
did
Did
it.
that.
Now it's time. I've been saying, I think it's time. I think you saw it in the group chat. It's time to shut Reigns down. It's time to take him down a notch.
He's not in a group chat.
Oh, you're not in the group chat. That's
We
right.
gotta-
You're
we
not.
gotta- I gotta
Isaac
add
said
him.
he
Oh, I was
thinks.
gonna say,
I'm just
well, then you're not.
Isaac said he thinks
No.
Edge will win. He says they let Miz go over at Mania.
I've been saying in our group chat. I think it's Reigns is
Nice call,
coming to
nice
an
call.
end. He's coming to an end. I think it's time to take him down a notch. And I like that they're using Rollins.
I think it was a smart decision to bring him over
Yeah,
and have him be the one to do
the one
it.
to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
I got Rollins.
You got Rollins. Who you got? You got
It's-
Burn
it's-
It Down. You got the Bloodline.
That's a tough one.
I love the bloodline. I love the turnaround Reigns did over the last couple of years, but it's time.
It's time for Rollins to take a seat at the
He
head of
needs
the
belt.
table.
And they said that he was going to win the WWE title at day 1, but Reigns got
But
COVID.
Reigns got
so he was already in the picture to get a title.
right.
So I can see him handing it to him.
I'd see with that philosophy.
Now the
I
other
just-
question
I just-
is, well, before you start, the other thing they're saying is SummerSlam. Lesnar came back after the Cena fight. Pay-per-view before that, Cena came back after he beat who did he fight? Was it Cesaro or whoever he fought? Cena come back at the pay-per-view for that. They're calling if Reigns beats, the main event will be Reigns and Rollins, and then when he says acknowledge me, The Rock's music hits, and The Rock comes out and confronts him. Is that a possibility?
I personally think Roman Reigns holds his belt. I can't see him ending. It ain't like Roman Reigns and the Bloodlines becoming stale.
It's not. Oh, that's not
No.
stale whatsoever.
People enjoy it. People enjoy this new Roman Reigns, which I was never a big Roman Reigns fan until this. So I can see the philosophy, and I would be able to say, well, yeah, Seth Rollins. If he does it, he does. I just think they continue to push that record. And I think Reigns carries it clear to WrestleMania, and then
So
he loses it at WrestleMania.
To who?
I think he's ultimately going to lose it at WrestleMania to Kevin Owens.
So Kevin Owens going to SmackDown.
So Kevin Owens gets his redemption fight against Roman Reigns.
No, actually, I'll take it back because I think it's ultimately going him and Brock to unify one belt.
So they're going to unify. There are talks about unifying.
Yes, I think
belts.
I technically forgot that the belt's not unified
You
because we
got
had
the
to.
beast just sitting in the cave
Yeah.
waiting.
I think he. Who better to beat Roman Reigns than the guy who you just beat his record?
So who's hotter? The question is, who's hotter right now, Lesnar or Reigns?
Oh, Brock Lesnar. I think his new character. I think it's pushed Brock over the top. My brother Tim thinks that it's going to go to WrestleMania, and Paul Heyman will be the reason why Brock loses.
Like at Crown Jewel.
Yep, he's going to interfere, and ultimately choose the bloodline.
Yeah, because they're doing that. Take it back and talk on last Friday or the Friday before. They kind of had that little triangle angle going.
So I think that's
You guys don't think that there's a possible third one that they could throw in there?
to beat Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the?
No, I'm saying, do you don't feel like there's the way you guys are making it sound like it's literally just coming down to Reigns and Brock, but there's not a third one in there. Do you
If
think
there's
that Lashley is still in the mix for this? Even with the match coming up Monday night, he's
Well,
still not in the
Lashley's
mix.
in the mix for the WWE title if it stays on Raw.
Right.
But if it's not Lesnar to beat Roman Reigns, it's Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I think Drew could also
Oh,
pull.
yeah. Yeah.
I think, to my honest, if Lesnar shows up Royal Rumble and that match with Bobby Lashley is fantastic and they blow the roof off and they actually do what they got to do, and it ends up Lashley and Lesnar at WrestleMania, I can clearly see Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and Drew McIntyre beating him at WrestleMania. That's not far-fetched.
No, it's not. But that's
I think. Well, they moved him there for a reason.
Yeah, they put him on SmackDown for a reason.
That's true.
Yeah.
They did. I remember the move now.
Because they tried Cesaro. That didn't.
Yeah, that didn't work.
That
I knew
worked
that.
out.
I
Was,
didn't think it was gonna work.
They push him and then they stop. They push and stop. They don't give him. If they would have gave him the title, it may be different. But they don't.
that's what sort of stopped me from picking Big E to win the Rumble, because I think he needs a complete character change,
Yeah,
or they're
the
never
New-
going
the-
to take him serious.
I get the New Day thing. That's
But they
10
need to
years
kill
of
it.
that,
That's
but-
killed him.
they want him to build him on his own. He has to leave that New Day alone.
Yeah, he has to change that character. No one will ever take him serious
No.
because of the New Day. So who you got, Reigns or Rollins?
I go with Reigns.
So you think? I think it just continues. You got Rollins. He's got Rollins. So it's a bloodline versus burn it down.
I won't be surprised if Reigns wins.
I think they got bigger.
But
I like Rollins.
Like Mooney said, I can see Reigns losing and entering the Royal Rumble and winning the Royal Rumble.
I can see,
And Vince does that.
and I can. But then the thing is, if Reigns loses and Rollins wins, wouldn't it almost give it to Owens? Because I can see that feud budding. That could come
It's
to an
automatic.
explode.
If Rollins wins the Universal title, it's automatic. Kevin Owens is getting the title shot.
Yeah.
Bobby says, "Can we get back to unscripted sports?"
And then we have the final one.
Oh yeah.
We have Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, and I think this match, depending on when they do it, is going to tell you who the winner is. If this is the first match, it almost tells you Roman Reigns is probably going to win
The Rumble.
the Rumble.
Before we go on to that, is it possible, in any way, shape, or form, is it possible that the WWE brings back The Rock to take on Roman Reigns?
There's a huge possibility of that.
In the Rumble, though,
But not in the Rumble, but he can show
WrestleMania.
up.
Could it be at
He can
WrestleMania?
show up with a Rumble to start it.
To start
before
it, to get it
WrestleMania.
going for
But The Rock
WrestleMania.
already done said he's not fighting unless it's in front of a huge crowd.
Right.
He's
So
not
it has to
doing
be a
it-
main
It's gonna have to be
pay-per-view.
WrestleMania.
It has to be WrestleMania because he's
Yeah.
not going to do it in like the COVID stuff where there's half an audience. He wants everyone there, big stage, big money.
WrestleMania or
That's it.
that's the only
WrestleMania.
SummerSlam? No.
SummerSlam's a possibility. Survivor Series maybe, but mostly WrestleMania.
But they probably don't want to let it go too far. If they're going to start building it, make it.
It
Well,
could
they
be
built
next
it
year.
soon.
It
They
could,
built Cena and The Rock for a whole year, and it worked.
yeah, it could be. It might not be this WrestleMania. It could be next WrestleMania.
This WrestleMania,
Isaac, I'm using your shout out. That's what I was feeding off of.
this year's is in Dallas, Jerry's World.
What bigger? I mean, last time they did it, there was huge.
Over
that's
100,000
true.
people.
It was the biggest crowd they've ever put inside
But now
Dallas
they want
Stadium.
to-
That's a
Bigger.
perfect setup for him to take down
like I
Roman
said,
Reigns.
and there's nothing. Yeah, there's. Why,
That's
But
why I
what
said
does that do though? If The Rock comes in and beats him, I mean, The Rock's not coming back to wrestling, but
No,
he's only
he's
coming
not,
for
but
that
it's
one
gonna-
thing.
they said it's more about
It's the
family,
bloodline.
the
It's
bloodline.
the
family,
bloodline.
right.
show that Reigns doesn't run the family.
Right. Like, I'll come in and I'll put
Yeah,
you in your
that-
place and then I'll leave again.
I think that's
Calm down.
the whole acknowledgement.
Right.
I think is where he's going to put an end to that.
And I
The
like it
Rock.
because that's what I've been saying about, I think it's time for Roman Reigns to get put down for a second. And who better to do it than The Rock? His own bloodline come in,
I mean,
set him down.
That's
I love
definitely a
it. I think
theory
it would
we
be
can
awesome.
push. But it just depends on someone's got to come back at the Rumble to push that crowd to Dallas.
That's why I think there'd be a couple surprise entrances that would show up that no one's going to think of.
And I mean, back to Bobby's.
The Sting.
Back to Bobby's.
Sting.
I'm gonna lose. My phone is gonna die, Isaac.
If they do that Forbidden Door, Sting is not I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Because Sting's huge right now.
It's gonna die, Isaac. Hey, you there? My phone's gonna end up dying.
Well, I got a real quick take on that.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You got about 3% battery life, so quick it out.
Put it closer.
Okay, so you think about it with the whole building of how Roman Reigns and how they built him, you got to consider the fact that the one person besides Brock that could take that down is The Rock. And I think that's why they built him so big in this whole bloodline thing, is because if you watch, I know this is kind of like a crazy out there take, but if you've watched like the last couple movies that The Rock has done, he's incorporated his whole heritage. And I think that they'll build on that because Vince knows that's going to sell. And I just don't see anybody besides Brock that could take on. I mean, the Roman Reigns take, I get it, but I think they want to keep building him to just that pedestal. And the only person that I think could knock him down would be The Rock.
And I think we all agree that that's ultimately going to be what it would. I think The Rock is the only one that takes him out. And I think it could very well possibly be at this WrestleMania.
And like Isaac said, that's going to be a huge moneymaker for
Vince.
Vince.
It was the calling to have Rock, that one big match that just sends him away, like what The Undertaker had.
And what better to do it in Jerry's World, the biggest stadium you can damn near get in unless they go to L.A.
Unfortunately.
But,
Yeah, and I mean, I don't see anybody that fits the bill for Rock besides Roman Reigns. They had back in the early 2000s, the whole thing with The Rock and Brock, and they could bring that back on, but I just don't think it'd pop like it would with Roman Reigns.
I think it's a perfect
But also,
explanation.
Rock declined the WrestleMania match with Brock.
Yeah, because I think.
That's all I wanted to say.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling in again. That's awesome. Thanks.
Yep.
Later. I like this call-in stuff. I like this call-in thing we got going here. That's sort of cool. People calling in. That means we getting some followers that actually like sitting. But anyways, we're gonna close that out at. I know Bobby said get back to unscripted, but the unscripted, man, it's pretty entertaining. It can bring a nice little vibe. There it went. It can bring a nice little vibe to this podcast. We want to. That's part of our name of We're All In Podcast. So we really want to try to keep it open to where we talk about anything and everything. But anyways, guys, we're gonna have to sort of. And we went about 2 hours. Once again, I'm glad everybody stayed. I don't know how many people stayed, but whoever stayed, thank you. Once again, we greatly appreciate it. We're going to keep doing the things that we do. We're going to keep trying to make this bigger. Once again, we're going to decide to say it again. It's going to take you guys to push us. I want to thank Drew Ash, my brother, for stopping in, giving us his wrestling takes.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, Drew.
Shout out Brock Lesnar. He said-
2021 Big Ten champs.
We are going to try to do Thursdays. Thursdays is going to be sort of a guest speaker day.
You want to say
But
that about Green Bay?
with that, guys, I'm once again so glad you all come out, and we're gonna have to leave you guys on this note. Thanks again. We'll be back Monday Night Live, Monday Night Raw. We're gonna be on for a little bit, and then we're gonna be back on Tuesday 6:30. So once again, this is Mike Ash,
John?
Big country.
and our guest.
Drew Ash.
Hey man, we're out, man. Go ahead and just leave it at that. See you later.
Have a good night.
Hollow got a purpose, a preacher, service, cause of the